Welcome to today's reflection. We're diving into a powerful passage from the Bible, one that touches on the profound seriousness of grace and the importance of valuing the sacrifice made by Jesus. Our verse today is from Hebrews chapter 10 verse 29, which asks, "How much more severely do you think someone deserves to be punished who has trampled the Son of God underfoot, who has treated as an unholy thing the blood of the covenant that sanctified him, and who has insulted the Spirit of grace?" Let's take a closer look at this and understand how it applies to our daily lives. To understand the weight of this verse, let's think about the concept of grace. Grace is a gift that goes beyond what we deserve, a gift that was paid for by Jesus' own sacrifice. When we look back at the Old Testament, God's judgment often appears immediate and severe. Today, however, we have something those before us didn't have in the same way, the ultimate expression of God's love and grace through Jesus. But, as Hebrews chapter 10 verse 29 warns us, rejecting this grace isn't a light matter. It's described as trampling underfoot the Son of God and treating the covenant, his sacrifice, as something unholy. This isn't merely about a lack of respect, it's about completely ignoring the very thing that can save us. Think about it this way: imagine someone gives their life to protect us or a loved one. To ignore their sacrifice would feel wrong, ungrateful even. Hebrews chapter 10 verse 29 is a reminder that rejecting Jesus' sacrifice is even more profound. The consequences are severe because it's an ultimate rejection, not just of Jesus but of God's greatest gift to us, the chance for redemption, love, and eternal hope. As Christians, we're called not just to accept this grace for ourselves but to help others see it. It's not enough to say, "I'm saved," and that's enough. The challenge is in sharing Jesus' love, showing through our lives that we value and respect his sacrifice. When we live in gratitude, we honor his covenant. This grace we've received is meant to be shared, passed on to others who need hope. Now, let's remember that God's grace isn't about punishment or fear. It's about love. But there's a difference between fearing punishment and respecting the seriousness of rejecting that love. We can't turn a blind eye to the sacrifices made on our behalf. We need to recognize that rejecting this gift means stepping away from the only source of true hope and salvation. The Apostle Peter reminds us, "Salvation is found in no one else, for there is no other name under heaven given to mankind by which we must be saved." These words encourage us to embrace Jesus, the one through whom God's grace flows, and the only way to find salvation. Rejecting Jesus' sacrifice is a serious choice. It's turning away from everything God offers to us, his love, mercy, forgiveness, and the chance to live a life filled with purpose and meaning. For those who accept it, this grace transforms everything: our relationships, our struggles, even our very sense of self. To accept this gift is to live in harmony with God's love, knowing that we have been forgiven and that we are cherished beyond measure. But to reject it is to stand alone, without the grace that redeems and the love that saves. My friends, if you haven't yet accepted Jesus into your life, know that this invitation is always open. God's grace is freely given. It's here to bring us closer to him, to transform us, and to fill our lives with hope. And if you already know this grace, share it with those around you. Be a light in their lives, so they, too, can experience the profound peace and joy that only Jesus can offer. Let's remember the words of Hebrews chapter 10 verse 29 as a call to embrace grace fully. Let it be a reminder to value the sacrifice of Jesus and the life we are gifted through him. And may we never forget that sharing this grace with others is one of the greatest ways to honor his love for us. Thank you for joining me today. May God's grace fill your heart, and may you share his love wherever you go. God bless.